Before we move on to the next video, I want to talk about another video. Nick Jensen, Ben Raymer's foundation, did a video. This is amazing. I hope they keep doing these. This is going to do,
Must watch. This is better than any skate clips we had on this list this week.
It's rad, man. Talking, just opening up like that. Nick Jensen.
Yeah, I've never actually heard him talk before.
Really?
I've always watched his skate footage. I've never met him before. I'm a big fan. But, a lot of people go through stuff like this.
Oh, totally.
And it's good to, hear someone I grew up watching this, dude. It's crazy we're the same age. And just know that he's gone through stuff like this, and it's not... So people know it's not normal.
It's not uncommon.
It's not uncommon. It's a thing, man. It's cool to hear that he had to learn how to deal with it.
Yeah.
He didn't just solve it.
Yeah.
So that's really cool to hear that he's
I thought it was funny. He's like talking about how he's on like a 4-star trip, whatever. And like guys like, oh, this 2 weeks flew by. And he's like, dude, this is the longest 2 weeks of my life.
Right.
It's all your perspective of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm so fucking sorry. I didn't watch this one. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what is he dealing with?
Basically, he was talking about how he was like
just mental health,
younger, coming up
like
dealing
depression,
with like panic attacks and anxiety, and not understanding at the time what he was going through and how that was like affecting his mental health, and not even really being aware of like mental health issues and stuff like that at the time. And
if you don't know what's going on, panicking on stuff, like
it's scary, man.
Scary.
It's scary.
There's a point where he was like so deep in it that he wanted to get off the trip, but he didn't want to look up flights because he was like, "What the flight's not for 2 days?" And I'm just thinking about how I got to deal with this fear for the next 2 days.
Like he's in China, like I want to just go home.
Wow. He's worried about what his peers think of him too, and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah, of course. If you're on a trip, like a Blueprint trip, that's when he was on Blueprint, and having to tell, a skate trip, man, these people paid a lot of money to take you out there. Right. It's a lot of pressure on your back.
It's and
then you want to go home because you're feeling even more crazy.
You don't know how to deal with it,
It ain't easy. Yeah. Luckily, Shire and Dan McGee, such good dudes. I could imagine them talking it through, and just wondering why, trying to get to the bottom of it, and then sending him home. Yeah. Next evening, I think.
I can only imagine as a younger kid in that situation too, where you, like you said, you're on this trip, people are sending you out, and then you're dealing with this, like, then you also have the fear compounding on top of that of like, well, fuck, am I gonna, like, are they gonna kick me off the team? Am I still gonna be able to like be a part? Like all that stuff just kind of like just suffocates you.
Look, and at the end of the day, just if you are feeling like that, open your mouth and talk about it. Yeah. Like everybody around you is willing to listen, right? Mm-hmm. So just talk about it. And
I thought it was interesting that he brought his like duvet cover. Like on trips and shit like that, just to like feel like he's like at home.
It was like a
comfort blanket.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's basically, what did he say? It was like the fear of feeling fear. Yeah. Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah. Like he had to, like when he started going to therapy, it was I forgot what the type of therapy, what that category of therapy is called. But basically you have to like say you're afraid of like getting on a train and that train derailing, so you just don't get on trains. Then you have to
you basically have to force yourself to deal with that situation,
to do it, to overcome it, to realize, oh, this is just all in my imagination. It's it's like cognitive behavior,
something like that.
Some type
but it's
of
like, oh, you're scared of the tube.
Then get on the fucking tube.
Get on the tube during rush hour.
Exactly.
Right.
And put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
It's not
test
that,
yourself.
It's not that bad.
Yeah. You will live.
Yeah. But good on the Ben Raymer's Foundation, man, and Nick Jensen for doing this piece. It's amazing. Yeah. Go check it out. Must watch.
Can't wait to see more of these.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's incredible, man.
It's really incredible because I feel like a lot of people think skateboarders are just like this. It's all fun, and we're like here to like just have fun and da da da. It's like we're human.
A lot of
people,
skateboarders have issues,
right?
Everyone has issues.
Well,
everyone doesn't even matter.
Celebrities, athletes.
Well, I think the thing about it is, I feel like you've mentioned this before too, is that a majority of people pick up a skateboard to escape whatever it is that they're dealing with at a young age.
Right.
We talked about it before.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's like you're at the end of the day, you're just kind of masking it. It's like a Band-Aid, and eventually you have to kind of face those like issues that you've essentially been running away from.
And that thing you love and you've been running away from, or like whatever, you just built a whole new empire of like a job. You know what I mean? Like, you fall in love with skateboarding and then you turn to a pro skater, you're like, fuck, no.
Like, I was just using this to get away from some shit. Now it's like,
now you're fucking... like, I have responsibilities.
You're
taught to like deal with these things.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing too. Yeah, there's so many things that you aren't taught at a young age, and I think a lot of that comes from, like, I put this on my Instagram a while ago. It's like being an adult is basically unlearning all the shit that you were taught by people who didn't know what the fuck they were doing either. Right. And that's really
Straight up.
That's life. But I think a lot of it is, you know, we aren't taught these things. And now I think now with just technology and a lot of people allowing themselves to be more vulnerable, people are talking openly and speaking about their issues, and that allows other people to do the same. But back then, like, nobody knew, like, mental health issues weren't a thing. They were a thing, but it wasn't
It wasn't talked about.
right. Yeah. Like, nobody knew what anxiety was or panic attacks or like these things. Those were just words, but they didn't have like feelings and definitions,
stories
like they do now.
behind it.
Yeah.
I was cool to see his whole thing behind the scenes of him doing the art stuff too.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a big fan of what
He's talented.
It's
He's
super
so talented.
Hell yeah. And he's like the OG coming out from out there, like in London. Like he see him all like when he's a little kid to doing what he's doing now.
Talking about how he got sponsored and shit too.
Yeah,
And
it's
like,
super sick, man.
I love pieces like this, man.
So good.
Yeah. Can't wait to see the next one, Ben Raymer's Foundation. Keep doing these, bro. It's incredible.
Yeah, please.
I was tripping on that Thrasher cover behind LD. It's got
The Louis and Ben.
that's super rad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I love how at the end too he mentioned like, I wish we could have like said something to Ben to like, you know, pull him out of that, and
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
Never fucking know.
Never know.
Some things happen, and now we're just getting the word out there to people. You know what I mean?
That's how I try and look at a lot of this
Yeah.
shit too. Is like that unfortunate event was the catalyst for all this shit to spark, right? To pop off, and like for people to have these
Well,
conversations.
it's
And
like when Ragdoll was here, he was basically saying what sparked him was the BA piece that Reda and I did.
Yeah.
You know, and then like this shit happened with Ben, like, and people are like are definitely opening up more and more and more, and like we need more of this stuff in skateboarding.
Yeah. For sure.
need more of it
And
just in life.
Just people to open up, like Ragdoll. You know, people are loving his episode, man. He's just getting so many. I think he had like over 100 DMs or something from just people, and he was trying to answer every single one of them. But
I hit him up. I'm like, "How's the 9 Club effect?" He's like, "Dude."
Yeah.
he went out and learned slappies. Did you see that,
Dude.
He's all slap.
He texted me. He's like, "You're up next," and I was like, "I don't know."
You're like you're the one who made the promise.
Yeah.
You gotta do a hippie jump.
I love that.
Dude, you
Thanks for the
gotta
hat,
do it.
Ragdoll, man.
Ragdoll's awesome.
My favorite
It's a good
hat.
looking hat.
It's my favorite hat.
It's fucking sick.
It is sick.
And it's so you.
It's
too.
so me. Love it.
If Chocolate doesn't make a boy graphic out of that, they're blowing it.
If 9 Club doesn't make a hat like that,
We're blowing it.
Yeah.
We're blowing it.
There you go, man.
Straight up.